Today, the other big story, as it were, out of the day today is that Darrell Issa is on his high horse in Washington, D.C. here, holding hearings, trying to, in my opinion, trying to sully, to knock around Hillary Clinton so that to make her a less viable presidential candidate in 2016. That's just my personal opinion. But Hayes Brown is the national security reporter and a blogger over at Think Progress, the Center for American Progress's blog, Think Progress, thinkprogress.org, wrote an absolutely brilliant piece today, Why There Won't Be Anything New in Today's Benghazi Hearing. Hayes, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you with us. So why won't there be anything new in today's? I mean, you actually, the hearing's about half over. I'm sure you've been keeping track of it.
At least half over. It's being a bit of a trek right now to get through this.
Yeah. So what was the point of these hearings, and why is there actually nothing new in them?
Well, the point of these hearings, as it always been with Benghazi, is purely political. If Republicans really wanted to get the heart of the issues that were affecting the State Department and why the tragedy in Benghazi was going to happen, they easily could. Instead, what we've seen is a three-ring circus from the House Oversight Committee, headed by ringmaster Republican Darrell Issa and Jason Chaffetz of Utah. And instead of asking, the hard questions about what could we do to prevent the next attack, we've been focusing on the past and pointing fingers and throwing blame around, and it's just really not productive. So, of course, there was nothing new that was really going to be uncovered today.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big advocate of looking into the past. I'd like to know, Bonnie Sauter, the president of Iran, just 3 weeks ago in the Christian Science Monitor published a piece, the president of Iran in 1980, saying that the Reagan administration, or that the Reagan campaign had cut a deal with the Ayatollah to hold the hostages. And when he became president in the middle of 1980, he was not allowed to release the hostages because the election hadn't happened yet. I would love to know more about that. The LBJ tapes were just released 3 years ago, where we now know that Nixon blew up the negotiations in '68 that LBJ had successfully completed to end the war in Vietnam in '68, so that he could beat Humphrey. There's a lot of little. I don't have a problem with looking at the past if there's something to look at. But it sounds like what you're saying is that there's nothing to look at here.
That's really correct. What we've seen happen so far is the Senate has put out its own report on what happened in Benghazi. The State Department convened what's called an Accountability Review Board. This was headed by Ambassador Thomas Pickering, a very famous, very well-known ambassador, as well as former Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff Michael Mullen, to look into what happened and make recommendations for the future. But Republicans have called that report not credible, not legitimate, and they have not really acted as quickly as you would expect to enact the things that the board said would be necessary to prevent a future incident.
Now, all over the Drudge Report is this, there's this secret witness and this guy who's going to bust the whole thing open, and the administration has been trying to shut him up, and today he's going to testify. Darrell Issa is going to have the guy, the whistleblower, blow the whistle. What's the story?
Well, if it's a whistle, it must be a dog whistle, because it's really hard to hear exactly what they were talking about. The witness in question was the deputy chief of mission, the number 2 guy in Libya at the time of the Benghazi attack. But what we've seen is actually that most of what he said is things that we've already known, or he's putting forward theories that have been debunked. Like he said beforehand that he believed that if only F-16s had flown over Benghazi, done a flyover buzz, then the second wave of the attacks, which started several hours after the first, could have been prevented. But the military said repeatedly that there were no air assets within range of Benghazi at the time. They would have arrived after all of the fighting had done, not just the first wave, but the second wave as well.
Right. Right. Benghazi, of course, for those who don't remember, is it was not an embassy, it was a mission. Is that the word? It's sort of a remote office of the embassy where our ambassador and an aide of his and 2 security guards were murdered on 9/11, oddly, or not 9/11 of this last year. And where are the Republicans going to go with this? I mean, have they found any there? Have they got anything to pull on?
That's a great question. They seem to be trying to slip gotchas in towards the administration. they're trying to say that Hillary Clinton said that she had no idea that more security was requested for Benghazi, but they have her signature on all the documents. But it turns out all documents that come from the State Department say Secretary of State at the bottom, whether they were reviewed by Clinton or not. That's just typical State Department protocol, which if they had bothered to ask around, the House Republicans would know this.
Maybe they already knew it. Maybe they're just trying to get stuff in the record that will make good ads in 2016.
Entirely possible, because there's nothing really new being uncovered here today.
When this started, Jason, or Hayes, I'm sorry, Hayes Brown. When this started, I was of the opinion that they were going to try and use this to impeach President Obama. I thought this was, Darrell Issa going after Obama. Increasingly, it's looking like he's going after Hillary Clinton. Like, Obama's already, he's old, he's history. Let's take down the next Democrat. You think I'm onto something here?
I think that former Secretary of State Clinton is definitely being targeted in these hearings. What their end goal is, it's hard for me to say.
Yeah. But your sense of it is that it's political rather than
definitely. It's definitely political rather than practical, these hearings. If they really wanted to uncover the truth, there are ways of going about these hearings other than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, okay. Hayes Brown, national security reporter, and a brilliant one, and blogger at thinkprogress.org. Thanks, Hayes.
Thanks for having me.
Great talking with you.